Welcome to the Mundus Fractura Lore Guide. This week on Lore Guide, we will take a deeper look at the final region of our deep dive into the Western Vale. Let's look at Sléttur, though not the birthplace of the T.T.R.P.G. Sléttur, a word that means the plains in T.T.R.P.G, the ancient tongue of the dragons. The region boasts one of the highest concentrations of dragonkind on the planet. Wyverns, worms, T.T.R.P.G, and even the occasional hydra all call this region of Mundus home. Though its major urban centers are few and far between, Sléttur is teeming with life. The northern section of the valley is home to countless nomadic tribes, vast herds of plant-grazing mammals, manure-grazing ambulant fungus, endless flocks of birds, insect swarms, and the parade of predators that feed on them all. The ambulant fungal creatures are particularly interesting. Known as T.T.R.P.G, these huge, lumbering, flat-top mushrooms roam the open steppe, following the endless droves of mammalian grazers, acting as something of a cleanup crew as they process the last remnants of nutrients from the infinite smelly leavings. Some of the T.T.R.P.G nomadic tribes of the region actually build small mobile village sites on the tops of these typically docile creatures. The T.T.R.P.G gaining protection from predators, while the T.T.R.P.G are able to effortlessly follow the migratory herds of which they either prey upon or, in some cases, tend to. As well as these wandering villages, there are countless small thorps and encampments across the plains, with a markedly greater number along the Alliance Rapid Transport Line. As a point of general curiosity, the eastern breathless peaks in this part of the Vale are known widely as the Rainbow Wall, where in the rest of the Vale, the common name is the Rim Breathless. The titanic peaks of these lands shimmer with a strange pearlescent light. The effect is said to have started shortly before the appearance of humanity in the Western Vale. In truth, this phenomena is due to the proximity of the Great Grey Residuum spires to the magical protective dome of the Commonwealth. The Requi Dome reflects small amounts of charged particles towards the spires, as this is where the crystalline mountain range that is the crater wall is at its thinnest. The pearly effect can be clearly seen by the inhabitants of the Sléttur Valley. Moving on, let's have a quick look at the northern gateway, T.T.R.P.G. The city's black fortress, a monolithic structure carved into the basalt heart of the mountains, dominates the skyline, its spires piercing the heavens as a symbol of unyielding strength. This fortress is both a breakwater against the dangers of the Sléttur and a thriving hub for diplomacy and trade, with T.T.R.P.G and human cultures blending in its bustling markets and towering halls. T.T.R.P.G's walls are etched with ancient T.T.R.P.G glyphs, their meanings a mix of warnings, prayers, and history, serving as both protection and a reminder of the city's deep connection to dragonkind. T.T.R.P.G's position at the threshold of the Sléttur and a through point of the Alliance Rapid Transport Line has shaped it into a melting pot of traditions. Within its labyrinthine streets, T.T.R.P.G artisans craft delicate jewelry from the shimmering crystals found at the base of the Rainbow Wall, while human merchants haggle over T.T.R.P.G leather, a prized material for its durability and resilience. T.T.R.P.G's air buzzes with the mingled scents of spice from Alliance lands and the musky, earthen aroma of steppe-brewed fungal ales. Hoofthorn stands as a vibrant gem at the southern edge of the steppe, flourishing where the Estual and Rainbow Wall rivers converge and pour into the Hoofthorn Well, pulling the river's crystal waters deep into the world below. These rivers nurture the city's abundant gardens, provide power for its mills, and sustain the diverse peoples who call Hoofthorn home. Built around the well's rim, a vast terraced sinkhole descending into the unknown depths of Mundus Infra. Its walls are lined with platforms and lifts, facilitating expeditions into the subterranean world and drawing treasures like luminous fungi, rare gemstones, and long-lost relics from the caverns below. Above ground, the river's waters cascade into the well in sparkling falls, their misty spray creating rainbows that shimmer across the city's terraced gardens and spired rooftops. These gardens, a marvel of Felidae design, are filled with colorful flowers, fragrant herbs, and fruiting vines, bringing life and vibrancy to the southern steppe. Hoofthorn's architecture reflects its cultural diversity. Felidae-crafted homes feature open terraces and flowing silks, while Drekkar-built fortifications of basalt stone form the city's enduring backbone. Human settlers have introduced practical aqueducts and public squares, enhancing the city's functionality while preserving its beauty. The city's rapid transport station connects it to Kalikar and the Northern Alliance lands, ensuring a steady exchange of goods, ideas, and adventurers. West of Hoofthorn, along the Estable River, past the Forbidden Temple of Edla, a location I am admittedly having a great deal of trouble gathering information on, lay the wild lands of the West, a vast tract of rolling damp mossy, fern-covered forested hills and mountains. Life abounds in these untamed reaches. The trees grow thick and tall. The beasts crawl and crash through the colossal coniferous columns. It is said that the woods whisper to travelers of these lands when they sleep, that they tell of forgotten places deep in the western mountains, of great stone temples where the mothers of the dwarves once dug deep and laid bare the veins of Mundus Fractura, and that the fabled flowing liquid gem that is the blood of this world grants life beyond life and the power to give it. But these are just the abstract rumored tales of the trees. On the southern border of Sléttur stands the fortifications of Toothwall Keep. For most of the time since its construction by the Teknastai Empire, the fortress has stood in isolation. It is only within the past 200 years that the city of Toothwall has begun to take shape, partly due to the development of the rapid transport line, but more because of the flow of wealth and artifacts that trickle forth from the foul lands of Ademurk beyond. With the exception of the towering primordial residuum walls of the fortress itself, the city to its north is a low, sprawling, ramshackle maze of disorganization, filth, and abject poverty, as this seemingly perpetual boomtown draws in those who would seek to make their fortune beyond the wall. But for most, the reality of what's known as the Near Idemurk, the region directly south of the wall, is too much, as they are forced to turn back and regroup in the safety of the wall's northern city, with most never again making the attempt, due to lack of funding, courage, or both. Sléttur is vast, and we are unfortunately out of time. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for future lore guides, and thank you for listening. Goodbye for now.